I got a treat for you. Welcome to the Slim Pickens channel, everybody. This beautiful, constructed feature of modern, engineering, made by my hands, was thrown together by a bunch of scrap wood, screws, and anything I kind of had left over laying around the house. I built it about 3 years ago in an attempt to make my own version of an electric guitar. And it was supposed to look just how it looks, all ghetto, just thrown together. But as you can probably see, it didn't turn out so well. Couldn't keep it in tune, and it's actually, I'll bring you in for a closer look here. I'll show you. This actually was an old 6-string banjo of mine, and it didn't, it wore out, and you never really play it. So I took it and just threw a pickup on it and just tried to make an electric guitar out of it, but like I said, it never really mounted much. And why am I dealing with this now? What are we going to do? We're going to do a little project here. I'll bring you in a closer look here in a second on that. I have an old kit guitar, a little short one, and I'm going to borrow some of the parts off of this guy. I'll go ahead and salvage what I can of it, because the pot is actually, from here, it's starting to lift up, and it's warped the pot itself, so this is no good. I might be able to straighten it out, a couple of bricks, a flat surface, and just let it, over time, let it kind of just press it back into shape. But so let me bring you in for a closer look at this thing. Alright, Gibson and Fender, if y'all need a guitar tech, if you need a guitar person that to help build your guitars, hit me up. Nah, I wouldn't. I don't blame you. But anyway, this thing here, I want you to check out this overachieving string height I've got. Well, I made do of a bad situation with it. The electronics do work, or they did work up to about 2 years ago when I was playing it. So I don't know what the story will be on them right now, but they did work. The wood that I used, well, it was dry and brittle the day I put it on, and it's drier and worse now. So it'll probably just snap at my hands when I start taking this thing apart. And you got to find the biggest flathead screws that you can find and really drive it home. I mean, you just, you get good construction that way. High quality stuff. High quality stuff. And, on down to where the bridge sits. Now, believe it or not, I'm actually using a really extra light gauge string on this. So the fact that it's actually pulling up and bending, it's not really structurally sound. So let me push this back and show you what I'm going to be doing. I think it's high time that I finally revisit this project. I started this back in February of last year, and I put it in storage and didn't get around to it because I started setting up other guitars and selling them to the music shop, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and revisit this, and now I'm starting to reopen the channel, revamped it. I'm starting to do original songs. I'm gonna start doing dubbed recordings, and I kind of like to see if I can just add this to the lineup of my instruments. So, but when I got the kit, I had gotten everything I needed for it. I got the bridge, the pickup, even the input jack right there, and I went and got me a soldering iron right here, and but I did have everything else right here, all the little goodie bag there. Turn the light on so we can see. There we go. All this in the magnetic tray, all the screws and stuff to it. It's been sitting there for nearly a year in this exact tray, so it'll be nice to get my magnetic tray back for other uses. So it will need a good cleaning up and down the fretboard. Yeah, it's just been put in storage. and we were going to put some clear coat, a lacquer finish on it, or an epoxy finish, kind of bring out the shine in her. But we just went ahead and went with a flat finish, and I don't know. That's all stain. It's not paint. It's stain, wood stain. I don't know if I ever got around to spraying any clear coat protection on this. I don't think I have. I think it's still as it was when the stain dried. So I might need to go and redo the clear, but at least protect it on a sealer on that. So what I need to do now, I think I need to go ahead and start taking this one apart here. Start taking the strings off of it. I don't edit these videos. Most of y'all already know that. So I pause in, but I got that pause feature on the recordings, you know, where I hit that pause button when I get ready to do different sections and segments. And that's pretty much how I edit these. So it's pretty much going to be the raw video. So I need to try to get this done right the first time. Or it could quickly become a two-parter really quick. Go ahead and get this loosened up. What the hell am I doing? The damn thing's already broken. Let's dig in. Where you at? There you are. Let's cut the bull crap. Let's go for it. Whoop. Oh, this is an eye poker. Boom, baby. Oh, relief. Oh, that thing bounced back. Woo! Thing bounced back like Britney Spears. Man. Here we go, baby. Now what did I do with my trash bucket? I had a bucket there. Let's see what we got here. I ain't really worried about taking that bridge off too much. I really just want to get a hold of these electronics I got. The neck I'm going to salvage, so I might try to take it off, but I'll get to that at a later date. Let me just clear these strings off of it. Get these strings out of here. I'm going to do that and come back to y'all. That way, you know, eat up too much time. And this was low quality to begin with. I mean, I think when I paid for the 6-string banjo, it was $130 from off of Amazon. The neck, though, I'm gonna salvage it. I might sand it down, and who knows, I might make another banjo, 6-string banjo or something. But pot, though, it's not salvageable. I mean, it's actually pulling apart in some places, and it's pretty much crushed in on itself. So really, I ain't no salvaging that. I might, you know, just say goodbye to it, you know. But I'll do that at a later date. But I'm going to go ahead and try to take, while I'm here, and we got this thing, we're taking things apart, I might go ahead and try to salvage the neck. It's dang sure rusted, I can tell you that. Let's see if I can loosen that up all the way there. Get that all the way out. And besides, I've been meaning to do this project now for about a month, and it's been sitting on the workbench for about that long time. So out here in the Florida moisture, and yep, I just felt something snap. A hole. I don't know if y'all seen what just happened, but the whole pot just split right where this thing's supposed to be. It's getting tough. It must be rusted right there. So yeah, y'all see what I mean about this pot. And when I work on instruments, I'm not professional. I I work on them and use pieces that I got lying around, pieces that I saved. I waste not, want not, pretty much in that situation. I save off old instruments, extra pieces, extra brackets. I save on them. So, oh shit. I don't know. I hope to God that didn't happen to what this thing happened. I think I just broke the rod too. This thing is in bad shape, y'all. So, I mean, it went kaplooey. It said goodbye. Goodbye, Charlie. Well, how long are you? No, that's what she asked. There's kids probably watching. Of course, you know, when I upload these videos, I always put not made for kids, so. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Can I just get, what is it? What are we doing? What is going on? Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. All right, playing 355. Hold on your seats, folks. It's already broken. One way or the other. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the neck off like this until I can figure out what the hell is going on with it. Can I please? Can I just? Thank you. Don't worry, it'll go back in there. Or I'll probably have to just, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But what I'll do is I will wrap this up in some plastic, and actually I might put some oil on the fretboard and really clean it up before I store it, and I could use it on something else later on down the road. But this stuff here, I think it just snapped, and it's just not. Did I get that off? Oh, good. I was able to save this part anyway. Good. Absolutely perfect. What did I do with that screw that was in the middle? Alright, so that part's off. Let me find that screw and put everything together and come on back to you. Now I gotta try to figure out how the hell I have this hooked up. What was Matt's magic back in the day? How he had this thing? I think I made this simple. I mean, I wasn't overthinking this shit. I'm not a real big overthinker any stretch of the means. Figure out how to do things easy, and I'm gonna do it. There we go. Just hook this in here like this. Pretty much, I didn't have to rehook a wire. I just laid the stuff on the wood. Pretty much. Only thing I did is I split the wood down the middle to go around the pickup. So all of this is coming off here. So I'm wondering if I can just reuse this one pickup and just rebolt it to the bracket that they provided. You know what I mean? Like, they gave me that one bracket. I don't know what I did with it. It was just right here. Great. I lost it. Just like everything else. I gotta go on a manhunt. Anyway. Might not get it all done in this one video, guys. I'm sorry. This might be a multi-part here. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and this guitar, it's no exception. So so I might just get all the wiring together. Maybe I can get some of it soldered and get it hooked up. But I still got to go through the other one and make sure it's, yeah, so maybe I should probably make sure I have it clear coated. I think I have some clear coat, and just clear coat the body on it. But yeah, instead of y'all watch me fight that, I'll get it off and come back to you. Just trying to get the wires off. Did you get what you needed?
Yeah, I got a few sodas.
Good. All right. Right now, I'm still trying to take some of this off. I'm looking at how I got this stuff wired and trying to figure it out. I'm going to have to go back and resolder it together, or I want to solder it together. So.
Every time I try and get some water bottles or something to do with water, they're too expensive. They're like $10 a bottle.
For water?
Yeah.
What kind of water are you trying to buy? Fiji?
No, just...
Yeah, let me show you where that thing split real quick, real fast. Yeah, I mean, it split right in there. So yeah, it was shot from the get-go, so I won't be able to reuse that pot, but I'll be able to save on that neck. So now, I got the electronics out, everything I need here, and if I'm looking at this right, this is the one to the pickup. This is the ground. And I'm going to do a bridge ground. So I'm going to run this through the guitar body underneath the bridge, or the bridge saddle there. And then this goes, as of course, to the input jack. So I might have to, don't know. Let me look at the back of that real quick. I don't know if I'm going to have to re-splice this or resolder it back together. I cut the wire to get it to run through the guitar and all that stuff. But let me look at that real quick. I suppose I'd better do that before we run out of time here. And that might be all I have time to do in this video. Just try to get everything kind of routed through. So this is actually perfect because the hole goes right here. I ain't got to go and try to solder anything different or anything to it or cut any wires. So let me see what we can do here. Put that in there. To it. That's not going. Why ain't you? I guess what I need to do is probably go from the inside. Take it through or go ahead and get everything soldered together and then try to piece it together to the outside. Actually, I want to go ahead and see if I can't just cheat a little bit. I don't have to worry about resoldering or anything. Just ain't nothing wrong with his input jack. The whole setup works, but if I can get away with not having to do a whole lot of that soldering, I prefer it that way. Now, would you just get what's the deal here? What are we doing? Tell me what we're doing. Can we just get you in here? Can we get you put in here? Here we go. That might have just ripped the wires out. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let me just put that in there. Take a little bit of the work out of the equation. I know y'all are anxious to see me solder stuff because it's probably like the third time using that soldering iron since I had it, and so I don't really solder. So I'm still nervous when it comes to using it. I almost got it right. Just the resin that they use on here, almost got the touchdown. But if it ain't really no need for me to do it, I won't do it. Those are hooked up just fine. I take some of the guesswork of trying to figure out, ground wires and stuff like that. Which this is it right here. It's the ground. It's going to have to go up through here. I'm going to have to drill me a hole. Somehow, drill me a hole for the ground to run under the bridge. Unless I take, run me a screw in there and ground it that way on a metal wood screw like I did the one I built. I was just making contact on metal, and it's kind of giving a place for that excess flow of electricity to go, the overflow of electricity for it to go somewhere. It'll be just fine. I imagine it's probably going to buzz a little bit, and I'll probably have to fight it and try to figure out ways of remedying that. Because if you look, I don't know if you can see this in here in this cavity. That's all right. That's where the pickup is. Now look where the bridge has got to go right here. Focus a second. The bridge is going to have to go right here. So I'm going to have to drill in and go up at the same time and maybe make it in here. I got to go pretty far to get that to make it in there. So I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible, because I'm going to have to drill in and go here, up around in here, to make it go to the bridge. So I'll think about that. But right now, let's go ahead and get this put in. I will be using the new pickup that they provided with the kit. I'm not going to leave as long wires just hanging here. I will cut just the length I need for that, and I'll be soldering that together. So I will be soldering that. So let me get on to that real quick. All right, so let's insert the pickup now. There's a little hole they got drilled here going into the back. So let me reach my hand back there. Let's see if I can't see where it's at. Pull it through. There it is. Yeah, that's a mile long, ain't it? Look at that. Pulling that wire. Well, that wire, you just... And I pre-drilled these holes before I did anything. So that way I know about where everything's supposed to be lined up as far as that is. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this pickup down and go flip it over, solder the wire back together, and see if I can't get a hold of an amp and try to test it and see if it still works. Okay. Lord have mercy. So I'm missing a screw. That's typical. See, that's why I save and I hang on to stuff. So if I'm missing a screw, I've always got these extras lying around. Don't know if this is the right size. No, too big. Yeah, way too big. That's not the one. I don't even know if I got the right size screw in these things. You know what? 3 screws. 3 out of 4 screws. That's 3/4 of the way held. I'm good. Let's roll this thing over now. And poke the wires down in there. I found some clear coat. Actually, I'm filming spray on it. With duct tape, pick up, all that stuff to cover it up. And I'm going to spray it down. So where I sanded that neck before. Yeah. I'm talking to Kimberly, by the way. She's here. It's kind of exposed, so I'm going to kind of put some sealer on that and let it sit overnight. Okay. But I'm almost getting the wiring hooked up now. So that's what I'm working on now. Alright, so this is where I mess up because I don't really solder. I'm not really all that good at soldering. So what I'm going to do, I think to help me out for right now, I'm going to go ahead and splice these together. And I know a lot of you have soldered before, like, no, don't do that, no. But I kind of roll differently. And I don't know. It might work or it might not, or it might catch fire. I don't know. 50-50. I'll plug it in. If I smell fumes, I'll unplug it real quick. That's what I'll do. Bo-bo-bo-choo. Alright. That's totally in a lot there. That's why I kind of cheated to begin with the input jack. So that way I didn't have to really worry about it too much. It was already plugged up. Alright, so let me get the soldering iron and I'm going to see Try to get this where y'all can see me do this. Now don't learn from me on this because I have no clue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna solder it a little bit and then I'm gonna clip off where it. If I can get a good hold and comfortable hold on this thing. Let's see here, this back here, and this will just make sure the wire doesn't fall apart. Come on, heat up. You're about 1,000 degrees. So. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Why didn't you work? Beep beep. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Give me a second.